Okay, totem video take 40 because every time I sit down, I get interrupted. That's why it's taken so long for this video to come out. I did originally post a video after the first week of this update. However, it uploaded without any audio. I went back and looked at the video, realized that for whatever reason, audio did not. I didn't have my mic on or whatever. Usually, I have it open on the other screen, and and I'm paying attention to that mic setting, so that way if I need to adjust my volume or whatever, I can. So anyway, totems are a big deal right now. It's the new thing to do to get stats. It's probably the biggest boost of stats. Ooh. Um, while I'm on here, I'm gonna take throne back. Um, so totems are located here. You have an icon on the bottom right corner. You can see here. This icon, this number up here, lets you know how many different things you can do. It's really annoying. You cannot turn that off. So as you saw before, it has 5 on here. It won't show you the actual summons. It'll just show you how many things you could do with totems. Usually that's going to be upgrading the skills, because it won't give you an icon essentially for using experience. So I have a couple different things I can actually do here. I haven't done it because I don't. I'm waiting on some stuff. These I just got pieces for, and so that's why they're sitting there. So here's your menu for your totems. You have a summoning option. This works kind of like Mana Stones, where every day you have free summons. The difference between this is that when you summon, um, you're going to have a cooldown. You cannot do all of your summons in one sitting unless you want to sit here for an hour, which is super annoying because there are times where it'll be a couple hours before reset and realize that I still have 6 summons left, and I'm like, well, great, now I'm gonna have to actually like focus on this and make sure I deal with this. Um, Things that you can get through the basic summons. This is called, based off of the text that they have in the VIP. This is the common summonings. Um, the loots that you can get here, it does list out all the different things that you can get. A lot of times you're going to end up with resources or speed ups. Sometimes the speed ups you get are pretty nice, especially on this advanced summoning option. Unfortunately, I was trying to make this video 10 minutes ago and got interrupted again, so I had to scrap that because I got people in the background. I've already used my summon for the day. You only get one until you hit VIP 110. And then you get a second, and these are daily ones. Obviously, if you want to spend, you can actually go to the store. You can spend on the summons. So those are going to be the summoning options. Next thing that we're going to look at is totems that you have unlocked. It's going to be here in the opening screen. It does have a totems that you can collect that are in here. As far as the available totems that you do have, you get 3 human epic totems. The Invincible King totem is only available through purchasing packs. You pay it's $1 to unlock the totem, and then to upgrade these totem skills, which we'll dig into a little bit later in the video. You have your totem skills. This is where your stats are going to come from. Well, not all of them, but when you level these up, I'll actually go back to level 1. So when you start, you have a level 1 stat increase. So these are a multiplier. Whatever percentage that they have in here is going to be multiplying what your base boost is. So obviously, if you're a spender, if you've got a bunch of skins and stuff on your account, this is going to be a huge boost to your stats. If you don't spend, you're still going to see a pretty significant boost, but it's not going to be as big as what other accounts will have, because this is a multiplier. Um, if you're free to play, you're still going to get a big boost, just not as much as the other ones. As you can see here, I have not unlocked these. In order to unlock the next skill, you have to get to 2 stars. And the big thing with these is, how many is it worth actually doing this? No. So I don't think I have on any of these enough, and I don't really want to waste the. I want to get rid of these icons. So I just sit here and I max out these skills because I don't have any interest at all in leveling these totems. So I can spend all these totem pieces to upgrade these blue ones because they're useless. I leveled up this savage totem just to see what it's like, and it's not worth it. And I'll show you some more on that. So first thing that I wanted to talk about is picking your totems. You need to game plan on this. You don't want to accidentally spend your experience leveling a totem that you don't want. I did that on this account, and as you get higher up, the amount of experience that you need is really ridiculous. That's going to be the hardest thing to actually collect is the experience. I have not had any issues on the other items, except for on my other account, and I go into that a little bit later. Probably we'll skip that actually because it's not super relevant. So you have your Invincible King totem, which is purchase only. This is a pay to play option. Your other option for an epic totem is the Blade Soul totem. This one you cannot pay for. The only thing out of this entire totem that you can actually use to money for is the totem experience, which is I don't recommend it unless you're a super heavy spender. If you are a moderate spender, I would really work on other things besides totem experience. Skins, mana stones, everything else, probably. So to give you an example, this cost 810,000 experience. We can actually go to the gem store. So 810. You aren't gonna get close to that by spending $5. You aren't gonna get close to that by spending $20. So just to get one single level, you would have to buy both of these packs, I believe, because it's 70,000, and this is only 350,000. So about maybe 500,000 total for $25. $25 will not. It will barely get you halfway through level 41 or level 40, and that's just that's a ridiculous amount to spend on one level, especially because in order to get the next boost, I have to get 10 levels. So and every time you level up, it's a bigger experience requirement for the next level, and so on and so forth. So if you do see people with a level 50 totems, avoid them. They spend a lot of money on the game. Getting level 40 doesn't take too long. I've managed to do it without spending any money, and the reason is because I do as much adventures as I do every day. You do get experience from your adventures, and you do get experience from doing your hellhounds and your solo attack options. So I haven't collected my rewards yet. I have not maxed out my adventures yet, but to give you an example, I get 100,000 experience, 100,000 plus, experience from every day from doing my just by to give you an example. I'll actually show you. So I have 3-starred nothing in the last chapter, and so I don't think I get much experience from that. I've 3-starred everything but the last chapter on this account, and that's because this account is still CC 31. My goal for not this week, because I don't want this night on this account, but next week, I believe it's next week or the week after, whenever the next night event comes around that I actually want to use speed ups for, that's when I'm actually going to be focusing on building. I would really recommend you follow that strat, as it's going to be important to use your speed ups only when night events are around. So as far as leveling up your totems go, as I was previously talking about this, you would want to save your experience and only use it on the ones that you want to level. Unfortunately, the only other one that I want to level on here is the third epic human one, the Eternal Flame Totem. The only way to get this one is through summons, so you have to be lucky to get this, or you have to spend a bunch to get summons to get it. My other account that I do have does actually have it. It's really nice to have it. So I've got it right here. Cool thing about this is as soon as I unlock that totem, I've got a whole bunch of pieces sitting here. Well, not a whole bunch. It's only 58, but you know, I'm doing the events and stockpiling these until I open it up, because the only one I can use, or the only one you should use on it, these epic totem pieces are generic. You use these to convert to the other totem pieces. I can actually use these to actually unlock. Nope. So you can't actually use the generic pieces to unlock. You can only use the generic pieces to upgrade the skills, which is super unfortunate, because if I could, I would just try to convert to the first another 9, and that way I can get this totem. Which is unfortunate that they don't give you the option to manually go through and convert before you unlock the totem. I don't think it'll actually give. I can actually probably do it this way. Yeah. So when you do have a totem that you can actually use, it does give you a convert option here to do these, and it is a 1-to-1 ratio, and so it's a pretty good way to do it. I've gotten 58 of these for generic ones. To give you a good example, I only have 3 Blade Soul ones. I only have 1 of these Viking Warriors. I only have 1 of these Eternal Flames. So 58 generic pieces goes a long way. It's a pretty big amount. Obviously, you can get more. The other account that I have that I actually have the Eternal Flame on, I've been focusing that one on events to get the higher pieces, because I can actually use those. Until I summon the Eternal Flame Totem, all these generic pieces are going to sit there. Either that, or maybe eventually when they add in more Savage or Elven totems, I'll actually use the generic totems on another epic totem that I have. But the 2 human ones that I have unlocked on this account, I can't use the generic pieces for. Nobody can. So one big thing that I haven't mentioned yet is while you are leveling, I'll actually do it on this one. Actually, I'll go to a blue one. I will waste some experience on this to show you what is going on, and I'll actually use these to level it up. So I'll show you guys a big thing. It's actually really important. Your experience does not overlap. It does not roll over after you hit your maximum level. So I'll get it up to right about to actually level. I'm 100 experience away, right? Theoretically, if I use this 1000 totem experience, I would be level 10 plus 900 points into my level 10. So I used it, and then now I'm at my limit. I have to star it up. So just because I'm at level 10 does not mean that I've actually unlocked this next skill. You actually have to actually do the star up to get that. The thing that actually unlocks it, as it states here, is starring it. So I'll start up. It is going to be 2 stars. Boom. This skill is unlocked. Notice I have 0 experience starting at level 10, which, as you might recall about 20 seconds ago, I said I should start theoretically by using that 1000 experience at the very end. I should have 900 experience here. However, it works that way with the knights. When you're leveling up your knights, those do roll over. However, with the way they were doing totems, for whatever reason, they either did it on purpose or they just forgot about it. Chances are they did it on purpose. And the reason why this is big is you don't want to sit here and use 10,000 experience boosts at the very start, because I can do 34 of these, but there's no telling how much experience I'm actually going to waste. So you would actually want to use 33, get to level 19, and then use up these. That's why I have so many of these 100 totem experience things. You want to do it that way. Get as close as possible using these bigger ones, and then finish it off with the lower ones. Be exact on this, because it goes a long way. And that's really important. That was one of the biggest things that I noticed, because when you first started out, probably be a bunch of people messed up and did it. Most people, if you are not in K0 through K20, you got that big packet of stuff that we got from Blaze Battle. I don't even know where it is, but you got a whole bunch of stuff um, a while ago. I don't even think. No, that was overall ranks. It's probably too far back. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother looking for it. Um, so that's a big thing, especially when you're at lower levels. Don't use 50,000 experience when you only can use 20. The rest of the 30,000 experience left over is going to be a waste. And that's probably what a lot of people did, because they were probably assuming that the experience was going to roll over. Unfortunately, it doesn't. And I learned out the hard way. So once you star up the totem, you have, like on this one, I can start using more pieces. The pieces are going to be used to upgrade your skills, which gives you more stats. One thing I don't know if I mentioned in this one or maybe just in a bunch of the other ones is level 1 starts out whatever boost it does. The maximum level is going to double that. So as you can see here on a blue totem, I get 0.5%, which it starts at 0.25%, which is, a quarter and a half, you know. Another thing to pay attention to is the differences between the qualities of the totems. A blue totem is absolutely useless. Don't level them. Period. It's not worth it. First off, you can't unlock your set boost. Different totems, as long as it's purple or epic, will give a different percentage increase to your set boost. You can only have it active if you have all 3 of the same troop, or the same race. As far as set boosts go, you cannot, period, get them currently, as I'm recording this. You cannot get a set boost for Savage or Elven. And the reason why is because they only have 2 totems right now that qualify to unlock it. They do not have a third. You get one epic and one purple totem for Savage, and the same for Elven. All of the other totems that are available for the Savage and Elven race, they're blue, which does that means they're not going to unlock or activate that totem set boost, which means the other ones suck, honestly. Another thing to look at is, I don't know if I can actually get a good example of this. Okay, this one actually does. To unlock the 6 stars, you actually, the higher up, the more stars that you get, the bigger the boost is. Here for the 6 stars, I start at 5.5% boost or multiplier for troop. If I go over to another totem, this one only requires 2 stars. This one only gives 2%. It maxes at 4% because it doubles, like I said. This one right here, for 5 stars, does give 6%. And I believe the reason why is because these have different tiers. You have your, essentially like knights have different tiers. You have your adventure knights, you have your paid knights, and those paid knights, even in the brackets, they have different tiers. Your all troop knights have a bigger boost with insignias than the other ones. And that's because they're in a different quality. And so this one right here, for a level 5 one, it does still start at 6% to troop life. But this one right here, because this one is a free totem, the only way to get this one is through summoning. Gives 5.5%. So it gives more boost to get the Blade Soul than it does for the Epic one. So this one right here, for an example, this one's still the same one. It's 5 stars to unlock, gives 4.5% boost to troop life. The Blade Soul one is the same 5-star option, but it gives 6%. So each star level that you have for totems increases the amount that you get. A good example, as I was saying, this one, it's still boosting the same stat, but this one is only increasing by 2%. This one here starts at 6%. A big thing to also notice is that the upgrade cost also requires more. So yes, this one does boost up to 12%, but it's going to cost more pieces to actually upgrade it. Whereas this one is going to go up to 4%. It's going to cost less overall, but increasing this one is probably going to net you more stats because it's a bigger boost. So 14 to increase this one, it's about roughly 1.6%, 1.5 something percent boost for 14 pieces, right? Oops, close out too many windows. Using 8% on here only gives you 0.5%. So even though it almost gives you, well, it requires a little bit less than half of the pieces to upgrade, you're getting a third of the actual increase. So I would really recommend stockpiling your totem pieces until you can upgrade as high as possible, and then upgrade these ones here at the end before you bother with these ones at the bottom, because you're going to get more boost out of these ones at the end, and then these ones are going to require less pieces. That's personally how I feel like it should work. Like if I ever do spend on this, I'm gonna wait until I at least have 6 stars unlocked before I spend on it, and then max these guys here at the end before I start working on these guys at the bottom. And so that goes through your skills, your totem pieces, your totem stones. Goodness, what else? I've made a notepad for this. Ooh, Exchange Center. Exchange Center is super awesome. that was the wrong one. This is the exchange center. So you have a store here. In order to get everything in the store every single day, excuse me, you cannot fail any rallies, any attacks. You have to have 100% success rate if you are a free-to-play player. That is including your extra 600 a day rewards. And the reason why, it's not these pieces here at the top. Those are easy to get. If you want to max out and get everything every day, it's the relics that are the issue. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of extras here. I did spend a little bit, and I got extra energy. I might miss one or two of these exchange centers because sometimes in the morning I don't have enough time to wake up. I do wake up about an hour before the store technically refreshes, but I'm usually busy in the mornings. So sometimes I'll miss one of these, and that's why I've got a big stockpile of stuff here. I also make sure I do my best not to cap out on energy. And so to do these, to get points for the exchange center and to get experience, the totem experience is really helpful. Every single one of these are going to give you the same amount of coins. Yeah, I believe it's just coins that are the same. So just the Cerberus or the Hell coins that you can get for the relic pieces, it's the same no matter what. The differences come when you look at the totem coins and the experience that you get. I don't know if I have any actual... Okay, yeah. So a level 3 Hell dungeon will give me 25 of these totem coins, 60 of these. So these totem coins with the weird one on them, those are for the savage totem pieces that they just put in. So that's why they have different ones. So you got 60 of the regular totem coins, 25 of the other new ones. You get 9 Cerberus coins, or Hell coins, sorry. And then this is the amount of experience you get, which is going to total up to be 36,000 experience. Alternatively, you have level 5 dungeons. You get 25 Totem 1 coins. You get 60 Totem coins. Those stay the same. You still get 9 Hell coins. The differences is going to come in your Totem experiences. So you get 36,000 for level 3. Right off the bat, boom, here's 40,000 that you get from a level 5. So total for level 5 is going to be 49,200. So you get like 3 times the amount by just by doing a level 5 instead of a level 3. Unfortunately, a bad thing about these level 5 totems or level 5 rallies is that these are sitting pretty with these tier 5 elven troops, which makes it a pain in the butt to deal with. Basically, the only way I can deal with these, sitting at about, I think the lowest I've gotten is without altar. On this account that I'm leading them on is at about 18,000%. If I don't have a full rally of tier 5 troops, I don't clear it. If I take out 2 million troops, I lose this rally. So if I'm not sitting with 28 plus million tier 5, I don't make it. Unfortunately, I also learned that the hard way. I don't think I have any actual failed rallies in here because I do my best to make sure I don't waste energy, because that's not fun. I don't get the experience, the totem experience for it. Those are not, yeah. So I would really recommend when you're dealing with these, attack the highest level possible. You want that totem experience. The only thing that really matters is the only differential in here that makes it worth going as high as possible is the totem experience. Everything else is going to be standard. You do get less if you do the solo attacks than the rallies. The rallies will give you more of these coins. It will give you the same amount of totem experience though. So if you are not hurting for these totem coins and stuff like that, do the solo attacks. They're much quicker to actually deal with, and you don't need a whole rally of people. But if you can get in these rallies, definitely get in. If you don't have tier 5, or if your rally leader doesn't actually need tier 5, human tier 5, like make a preset with human tier 5 on it, because you don't want to mess up and send Savage. Like you don't want to auto select and send Savage or whatever, because that'll probably cause it to fail. So that's going to be almost it. So you got your exchange center. Even if these are purple and you're not using them, still buy it out, max it out. There might be a time where we can actually do something about the purple totems, but at the moment, they're free. You're not spending this stuff on anything else. You should still be doing the attacks to get that totem experience, period. Even if you don't need the pieces and stuff like that, get it for the totem experience. One last thing that I do want to mention, you cannot change these skills. Eventually, maybe they will allow some sort of option where you can use some sort of material to swap this stat out for something else. I don't think they'll actually do that. They'll probably just add in a completely separate totem. And so when picking out what totems you want to look, picking out which totems you want to look through what totems they have or what skills they have. The big ones are going to be these ones at the very end, because as I mentioned earlier, the more the stars require, or more the star requirement is, the bigger the boosts are. So just because the first 3 have good stats doesn't mean the last 3 are going to have good stats. And so you want to pick based off of what either overall you have, or what the last couple ones are going to give you. Like sure, this one gives ranged life and mounted defense, and you might be a ground player. That's cool. These ones aren't going to be too much of a waste because they're early on. Whereas this one here, if you're a mounted player, that's great. I don't think I have a good example of these. If you are right here, unfortunately for this ranged one does boost it a lot, but you have 16% boost to go into ground that you probably don't want if you're a ranged player. So this one will be good if you are running, either if you have a high base for this to really give you a big boost, or if you're running a trap or a base defense. That extra life is a big difference. That 16% is a big difference. The 3% to troop attack is a big difference. So make sure that when you're dealing with this, you're going through and you're looking through and making sure that these skills are the ones you want, because you can't change them. Unfortunately, you won't be able to, at least not for a while, if they do even add the option in. So also, another thing to pay attention to is you might not have a lot of options right now. You might not have a lot of options because of the limited amount of totems that you do get. These ones here, I wouldn't really count on the summon tokens. These are the totems that are only available through totems, and it'll actually kind of give you a good deal, or a good way to figure out what's going on with these. These are only available through Ancient Summons and Oracle Summons. I don't know why they use different names for them. If you go into your VIP to actually look at this, it calls them Advanced Totem Summoning, and it calls them common totem summonings, which is really weird because when you go into your packs, when you're buying these, it's just going to do, your Oracle Portal summoning, not your advanced summoning. So there's a lot of disconnect on the way they decided to change wordings on everything. But anyway, I would go based off of what you have a adequate amount of pieces for, because the pieces are going to give you twice as much stats. So you do get your base stats for unlocking, but those pieces are going to double those. So sure, the stats on this totem looks pretty good. If you're a mount player, you want that mount life or whatever, right? But like unlocking this is going to take forever. Maxing out those skills is going to take forever. Unless you're paying for those summons, you're not going to have, or until they actually rotate the pieces, which they haven't yet. It's been 3 weeks and they're still using the same totem pieces. You're not going to be able to summon this totem, let alone, upgrade the skills. So this one gives 1% to troop attack. This first one also will give, less than 1%. So you'll get about 2, almost 3% attack for this, for maxing it. That's maxing this one. If you come over here and find another one that has two of these that you can actually upgrade, I can actually upgrade to this because I got the totem pieces. Totem pieces are important. If I use this poison scorpion one, I'm getting 1% from this, 2% from that. That's 3% for maxing this one. Even if you don't like this last skill, you get 3% combined because you can actually max these. So you need to make sure game planning, figuring out what totems that you want to level. I would kind of eliminate the ones that you can't get pieces for, or the ones that are summon only. Like sure, you might want to factor these in, but I wouldn't really give up on leveling these guys here, just because the chances are really slim that you'll actually get these totems until they actually upgrade the exchange thinner. So you might have to end up leveling a couple different totems, just because of the way the totems work, where you can't change the sub attributes or anything. So I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you for watching. This is a long video, but it is new stuff. It's important to know what's going on with all of these, and hopefully you guys don't waste any more time and whatever you're spending on this. Hopefully it's not wasted. I think that's it. Yeah, rallying is going to give you more. If you don't have, I would probably say it's safe to assume that a level 4 dungeon, even with full tier 5, I would hazard to guess if you're using Mix March, you would probably need at least, I would probably say at least 13,000 attack. These are pretty difficult. For level 5s, doing a single troop attack, you would probably need, I say bare minimum, probably about 17.5. I know I can do these with about 18.2 to a single troop. I don't know about mixed stats. I don't want to play around and mess up on those. So if you are having issues with clearing these higher level ones, get with a stronger alliance member. Try to be on when they are. I do my best to make sure that I wait for people to get on if I don't actually have their logins, and then I'll do a bunch of these level 5s all at once. so that way we can dump energy and everybody gets into the rallies, and you know, everybody gets those rewards, because it is worth, you know, waiting and trying to get as many people in as possible. So that's it. If I missed out anything, I am sorry. I've made this video so many times that I've forgotten what I've included in this video and what I included last video or whatever. So let me know if I need to add anything to this. So if I did miss it, I will make another video and try to include on everything. But that's it. Have a good day.